All right, welcome back for our second feature match of the week. We got week one here of Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and we got two of our veterans here, longtime leaguers. Chris York, obviously the founder, two-time winner. Also a two-time winner on the other side is Adam. And Raphael's back with us after his some people would say upset victory earlier that made some people a few bucks. What's Adam looking at over there?
Adam is looking at three colors in hand. He's got I guess he has it all now. Two plains, two forests, an island, the bridled bighorn, the gem lightfoot, and a leyline binding. How's York looking?
Well, he's got a Guild Globe here, which is a War of the Spark card, and he's got a very good follow-up, which is a Krenko Tin Street Kingpin, which is the three drop from War of the Spark rare here that we're about to see. It gets bigger and makes 1/1s when it attacks. He also has, I don't know, I'm guessing he only has one pack of War of the Spark, but he's got another War of the Spark card in hand, Lazatet Plating, which gives all his permanents hex proof and makes a 1/1. He also has three steps ahead and Geyser Drake and two islands. So perhaps he's two colors or close to it. Um, all right. Adam just says, let's not deal with this. Let's get
Yeah,
my
he did
perfect
draw the
binding.
green 4-2, but I guess he said, "Hey, I don't even want to risk my card getting removed or him just swinging into it, so I'll just get rid of it now."
Yeah. So interesting now that York's trying to slick sequence for turn as well. So he's got some good cards here.
At the deal two second card draw card.
Yep. You
Okay.
have you ever cast that before?
A few times. I don't know how well what you said York's hand is going to line up with Adams because he drew a Phantom Interference last turn. Granted, I'm not sure how good that's going to be because next turn he probably wants to play his 3/3 flyer.
So he's got a three steps ahead here, which thanks to the Geyser Drake, he could actually cast it for 6 mana worth. So he could make a token that's a copy of Geyser Drake and counter a spell. Or he could just counter the spell and draw two and discard one, which is normally 5 mana, but he could do it for four. Cryptic Command is Cryptic Command Light, perhaps three steps ahead is.
Ah, blue players just passing turn.
So is this a Phantom Interference that we
Oh
can
yeah,
see? Yeah, okay.
oh yeah. So he did also draw Primal Might for the turn.
Oh,
Now I
that's a good
haven't
one.
seen him hover over it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't believe it's instant.
No
I
sorcery.
believe it's just source. Yeah. I mean, if the board stays like this, Adam will just win with the bigger creature.
Well, York says I'm not playing into it, but the damage race does not favor York in this case. So
Yeah,
he
I mean,
will absolutely have to act first here.
I was gonna say Adam had two options here. He could have saved. No, I guess he can't. He only has one island. So I guess this makes sense. Just get the bird out.
So now York can counter it and make a copy of the Geyser Drake if he wants, or he could draw two, discard one. He also has a Contagion engine in hand, which I haven't seen in action yet, but looks like it might have some potential.
I think I saw Justin or someone play it a little bit ago, like week one, day one of the format. It seemed pretty good.
Like the league, or just like in a draft.
Oh, the draft. I'm sorry. In the
Okay.
league, I have seen no one play it.
Well,
For
slow cards are going to favor league, right? Usually,
he's got
and it is
time.
a slow card. Okay, so he's just going to make. He's just going to do a little what I like to call a little, what is that card? Sublime Epiphany. There counter something and make a copy. It's a it's a mini version of Cryptic Command and Sublime Epiphany. Obviously not as good, but Three Steps has been quite the card, honestly.
Interesting. He's gonna try and double spell. Thought he might just play his 3/3 here, but he hovered over the 4/2. He's just gonna slam it out. He might have been
Okay.
thinking of you drew your favorite card in the format, the key to the vault.
Excuse me. He drove a Vault Plunderer. Is that what you said? I heard
Well,
Vault.
he knows the
I heard
4/2.
my favorite card and Vault in the same sentence. So I assumed you were
It's pretty
speaking
good.
of my boy there. Key to the Vault is
He
not a card I have seen do very much.
I mean, it's. I wouldn't call it a win more card, but it can be good in certain situations, right? So if like you're just, I mean, I'm not sure if he can punch past this 3/3. And Adam, okay, I guess he can.
Interesting. I mean, he's got Contagion Engine post combat, but he's gonna lose a Geyser Drake in the process if Adam blocks.
Yeah.
But instead, he just says because he had the Contagion Engine for post combat, he's just gonna play what I like to call the train puncher here, Iron Fist
Now,
Pulverizer.
this is pretty good on this board. Now, does Primal Bite, does it also punch?
It's a fight,
Never mind.
but it
Okay.
makes the creature so big that it just kills whatever and has like usually like
I think
7 or
we're
8
just going to
power.
see a huge swing. I think we're just going to see a huge swing. What can you do in this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Probably won't go for
So
that much.
unfortunately, the tapping left York unable to cast his Lazatep plating, which costs 1 less because of the Geyser Drake, which gives his
Discount.
permanent hexproof. So bit
Yeah.
unfortunate there on the tapping. Not sure what Arena was contemplating there, but he could have avoided this with a primal with a Lazatep plating.
Scarecrow. Huh.
Yeah,
Crew?
I think York is sitting there with his Lazatep plating. Yeah, he realizes it now. He says Arena did it again.
It's a few times before and I've seen. It's so brutal when it happens, though.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it a few times in future matches. We see it. We see it all the time. Unfortunately, it's just something Arena hasn't quite perfected yet. I mean, it does as good a job as it can, but it's often just not good enough. All right. Well,
Might be a good place to bunker up.
he's gonna get a little. He's gonna get a little neat 2-for-1 here. We'll see if it can bring him back in the game. He's drawn an explosive derailment, which can blow up the Oasis Gardener plus a creature of his choice, and it looks like he's gonna go for the flying one. And this time, this time he left up the blue on purpose. Yeah, making mistakes is okay, but the key is to not repeat the mistake.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gone through the tapping to make sure he did not repeat from last
I
turn.
mean, Adams really has Key to the Vault, and he drew a Plains per turn, so this is kind of turning into anyone's game with that.
Yeah, and he does have Contagion
Like,
Engine, which is gonna kind of be nasty here once it comes down.
yeah, I mean, like once it comes down, he can just profitably double block what's gonna be a 2/3 or a 3. Well, probably don't want to block the
Yeah, see,
3
my thing with Key
before.
to the Vault is it like it promises the world, but you have to pay 5 mana, no pump, no evasion, just 5 mana. It's kind of brutal.
Oh, not even a swing. Wow, interesting. I think I would have swung there if I were
Just
Adams.
get one of the Drakes off the board. Okay, so York's gonna be cagey here. He's not gonna play the Contagion Engine, but he is just gonna get a nice little value play here.
I think I like that just in case like Adam had any way to pump something up and then also give trample.
Yeah,
Well, here comes another one.
Archmage's Newt's an interesting one. I think I posted a deck when I went 3-0 with it in it, and you almost immediately posted did the did the Newt ever do anything? I was like, nope.
I've never seen it. I mean, like I have one on my league deck, and like I think I might have played it. No, it was like the last turn. But you just almost never do the thing with like between him and Tiny
It's
Bones. I guess if you have
very
Jailbreak, it's possible.
it's very similar to the Key to the Vault, honestly, in that way. It's like it tells you could do something amazing, but it doesn't really give you the tools to do it. It's like
Well, the
here
difference
we,
in
we
Key to the
offer
Vault
you
though
an
is
incredible
slap
deal.
the fire.
Look at what you can do, but it
But you
doesn't
can
actually
slap
help
the
you.
vault on a fire though, and it gets in.
Sure. All right. Well,
All right, now we're gonna see the Contagion Engine.
this is yeah. He said, "I don't need to leave Lazatep plating up anymore. Your stuff is dying."
I see my stonks growing. Let's go.
Wait, who did you put money on here? Was it York?
I had no idea. I had no idea.
I think York was the underdog here, according to the people that paid up. Huh.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean,
I think I would kind of just block with everything. Just guarantee that he doesn't have even a chance to see a card here.
yeah.
Okay, he's gonna go for the Drakes. The Drake
This
double
is
block.
fine. We just said there's almost no world where Newt ever does anything. It's about to do something.
It might, yeah. I mean,
Well,
Contagion
it's
Engine
definitely going to.
is going to be doing stuff here. I think this is going to be an activate Contagion Engine perhaps turn. We'll see.
How much does it cost to activate it?
It costs 4, I believe. Ooh, he's trying to
I mean,
Stoic
he's still
Sphinx
fine.
now, which is that rare flash flyer that has hexproof as long as you didn't cast a spell. So
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm trying to think what else he's used. Slick, the gold card in blue. Any other instant sorceries?
yeah, he has a 3 steps ahead explosive derailment and slick sequence. He just opened up his graveyard to
But yeah,
look.
I like this.
I
I would
mean,
just like
explosive
get rid of this
derailment
2/3.
just explosive derailment actually just blows up the creature and the artifact.
Now, what he could have done though, I'm not sure if it works on the modal cards, but he could have played the Sphinx, saddled the 2/2, so he can cast it for
You
free.
still have to
I don't
pay.
know if you get
You
the.
still have to pay all the spree costs.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of junky in that way. Casting a spree
Ooh.
spell for free is not very good. You still have to pay all the extra costs.
Well, Adam did draw a creature, but it's not going to do anything. It's the Spine Megalodon. It's going to cost 2 blue, and there's only one.
Is that a 7 drop with hexproof from like a core set?
I think
Okay,
so. I only know it because the bear spit it out, but outside of that, I don't think I've ever seen this card like on the field.
it's a shark, right? It's like
Uh,
it's a sea creature.
I mean, a Megalodon, I believe, is a shark.
Yeah, it's like a 7 mana 5/7 hexproof, and you scry when it attacks. Some silly,
Yeah, we're gonna see York definitely just cook here.
some such silliness, and he gets to slick sequence here to face draw a card. Yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was saddled, so yeah, I don't see what comes of this for Adam here. The hexproof
I
might have
mean,
been good a few turns back, but it's gone a little
I mean,
too
still
far
being
now.
7 mana.
So it looks like York, after 2 losses, has from what it looks like, gotten down to a 2 color deck, which is an impressive feat. The play boosters, the composition of the play boosters, has at least stifled my ability to play even 2 colors with a small splash. So good job with York here navigating that game. And
I
yeah,
like it.
he's just blue red, no
Good,
splash, no
strong.
nothing, just playing blue and red cards. I like it. I did not think I
Well,
was
his
going to
blue
see
red
that
looks
in
good,
World.
right? There's like 3 or 4 rares that we saw, like just in the blue red colors.
Yeah, and he even drew great train heist there at the end. And he had
That's one that
and he
bounced.
had the Sphinx in his hand.
No, the double combat. Is that great train
Yeah,
heist?
it's like get first strike and you get extra combat and all that good stuff.
Ooh, okay. I see
And he
what you're
had the
working with
Sphinx in his
here.
hand, so quite the collection here. He just went instantly back into the game, kind of like you did in the first match. So we didn't really
Hey,
get to
I
see
mean,
his
when it
deck.
works, it works.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
Adam, he does have an Oko in here along with Make Your Own Luck.
Which Oko is that?
Um, it's the 4-drop Oko, not
Ah,
Daddy Oko, but
the one
the
that
new
commits
Oko.
no crimes.
Correct. I mean, the only crime is being reprinted.
No, the real crime is reprinting the old one, but that's another story.
Yes.
Thanks.
Let's see. Adam's going back and forth looking
Thanks,
for
Andrew.
some things to sideboard in.
Okay.
I would assume he probably wants ways to deal with the flyers a little easier.
He did see enough flyers to maybe prompt bringing in something.
I'm trying to figure what the idea of playing these nurturing pixies in the deck is. I'm trying to see what he might want to like.
Rebuy?
I mean, like, yeah, I guess like Oko is cute to reset it. Lasted by the law. If you had a token, Leyline Binding, same thing. I can't really see many other ways you really want to play that here, though.
Yeah, I mean, picking up like mystical tethers or O-rings if they've gotten tokens is kind of okay, but that's pretty narrow.
I mean, I mean, it feels like he's just solidly in 3 colors. I'm pretty sure if you were to look at the deck itself, the distribution would be like extremely close between white, green, and
I
blue.
mean, that's sort of a week one thing for you, right? Like that's just like a week one thing.
I'm just trying to figure like if you would like. There's no good ETBs in here. I'm not sure I like the Pixies. Oh, never mind. I see 2 green. No, 1 green blade. Okay, all right, all right. One card makes it worth it. I'm in.
Outcaster
I'm in
Greenblade.
for it. Yeah, Emperor Palpatine.
So I played Nurturing Pixie in one draft, and I'm up to like 30 almost 40 drafts now. I played it in one draft deck because I had 2 copies of that rare Aven with Flash, the white one, that exiles their spells and makes them plotted. So picking that up with the Pixie was good. Like I put it in the deck because I had two of those, but I think under most circumstances the Pixie doesn't do enough on its own. But
I mean,
if you
that
have enough
sounds
UTBs,
brutal.
it can be okay. But I know my opponents were infuriated when I just kept picking the Aven back up.
I'm trying to look at man, his black looks pretty decent, but I don't know if he didn't put all his black cards in here. Okay, there's the rest of the black. I saw Holly Marauder, your favorite guy, the Plunderer.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
you finally identified my favorite card properly.
huh? You know, Key to the Vault's really your favorite
You
card.
got
You just won't
confused. You
vocalize.
saw Vault. You saw the word Vault. You were like, he likes Vault cards.
I guess he's really trying to think of how he can. I'm not sure if he's looking at the flyers to deal with or the artifacts.
Yeah,
Is there anything in
York
here that?
just he kind of attacked on a bunch of different angles there. And
Yeah,
he had that hexproof trick that he never. I mean, he could have played it the turn that he couldn't, the turn that he mistapped. But after that, he held it up every turn, and he never actually needed to use it.
we're gonna see Adam put in an unsubstantiate. I believe that's the one that just returns a target permanent.
But that was from a core set. It's a return a spell or non-land permanent. So it
Is
could
that the one
bounce
that can
something
also
on the
hit stack?
stack or just bounce a non-land
Yeah.
permanent.
We're gonna see a Maul. One landers won't get it
All
done.
right, nice hands
This
here for
hand is
York.
equally as bad, but we're gonna keep it.
All
It's
right.
Forest Plains, three white cards, Pest Infestation, and Nathan Stoyer himself.
Ah, yes, the duelist.
What's
Um,
man, the myth, the legend, York
he's
got?
got a good one. He's got Prickly Pear and Stoic Sphinx for creatures, and he's
Oh
got an
baby, tell
explosive.
me more.
He's got an explosive derailment for some interaction, and he's got Plan the Heist to refill back up his hand once he plays
I
all
like
of
it.
his lovely cards here. Here comes Nathan. I've had this card quite a few times in draft, and this card is extremely strong.
Oh, Nathan, be good. Nathan, be good.
And here's a Spring
Oh,
Splasher, which is, in order to play two colors, you end up playing stuff like Spring Splasher, right? Like
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I assume most people who are playing three colors are not going to be ready. Oh, well, that is
Oh,
a mana drain that was just drawn. Okay,
I'm in for it. I'm in for it.
so cheeky little attack here, pretty free. So let's see if he decides to just leave up the mana drain here or plays Prickly Pear. I think he's deciding to maybe play to the board.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he knows that Adam does not
Okay,
have white.
he said let's play to the board. He may be struggling for colors. He may not even. He may just end up plotting. I think next turn is the perfect turn to leave it up because he has the Sphinx, which also has Flash. So that would be just the absolute perfect turn to leave that up.
Honestly, I'm in for it. I mean, the only castable card Adam has right now is Pest Infestation. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, York's just gonna get him with a Sphinx then, I think. So yeah. So now he has explosive derailment, mana drain, and Stoic Sphinx all being left up. I mean, this is good magic. This is. I mean, I've watched quite a few league matches. This is probably the most coherent deck I've seen so far in week one, as far as like
Will this change
just having
things?
your colors and your strategy and your card quality all very much in line here.
No, this doesn't change anything. So he drew Oko for turn,
Hmm.
thinking about playing Oko. I guess he's trying to like sequence in his head if he should draw two cards. But
It'll
this is probably getting. I don't
so
know if he cares to mana drain this.
so
I'm
it
a little. I'm wondering.
so it'll pump the duelist um, if the Oko resolves and he decides to draw cards. It will pump the duelist by two power. I mean, I assume York's just going to mana drain the first thing he sees, but you never know.
I mean, I think it's a good target because Adam's missing white. I would assume
Well,
he's
here it
just going to
comes.
draw two,
I think he's thinking I can maybe just kill it with my Sphinx.
which he can. I don't know how much he understands
Nah,
like how he's winning just by Adam not having white.
he's gonna go for
Yeah, I
the
like
big
this.
time play here, and Adam's just like, oh god,
Yeah, it's got to be so
this
brutal,
man
so
has
brutal.
9 mana, so he can start off by just playing Plan the Heist and seeing what else he draws. That's a good way to start, I think. So this will mean that he doesn't end up playing the Sphinx this turn. unless he plots. Okay, he says, okay, I'm gonna plot because I still want to play Sphinx. Okay, so
Oh,
he's kind of
okay.
just gonna get a free plot rather than cast something crazy. He gets his free plot. He leaves up his Sphinx. Still a very, very well spent turn, I would say.
Yeah, I think I'm into it, honestly. As long as Adam doesn't draw white, the status quo just kind of remains the same for York.
I think he was about to cast the Plan the Heist, and then he realized I want my double blue, therefore I'll plot it.
Okay, there goes the white.
Yeah, the Sphinx is gonna. Does Adam have anything that can even deal with this? I mean, you need instant
This is the
speed.
hexproof
Like,
Sphinx, right?
yeah, it's hexproof as long as York hasn't cast a spell. So on
Yeah, the
opponent's
only way
turn,
York
it's
is going
basically
to.
always hexproof, and on your turn, it's you at least get to attack with it being hexproof most of the
Well,
time.
yeah, the only way York's getting or Adam's dealing with it is if York misplays and does something uh, before Adam's end step, because he does have lasso by the law.
Okay, so York says I'm not gonna flash this in because I don't want to be I don't want it to get removed second main phase. I'll take one damage from the duelist. Because it's easy to think, okay, I'll just flash it and eat the duelist, but that opens it up to sorcery speed removal on second main phase, and this is going to be very, very brutal here. And he gets to just untap and draw three if he wants, and he's got a train puncher.
Yeah.
He can go pulverizer and plan the heist for two extra damage.
I
Yeah,
like how Adam
we're
pulls
doing.
over the lasso, right?
Yeah. I mean, I keep I keep hearing that they were doing away with hexproof, but it's still here.
They'll say it's situational hexproof, right?
Right. So in all situations, it's hexproof, except for when you slightly mess up. But I think he says if he has an instant speed removal, good on him because I'm going to draw three, deal him two damage, scry one, Lazatep plating on top, draw three. Jesus.
I love how plating's always there when it's red, not blue.
This looks like a week. This looks like a week three deck, honestly. Like to
Yeah.
be truthful, like he's got so many rares on color. The strategy's coherent. He's got like card draw, removal, protection, bombs. Just like very well put together. Very impressive, you know. And he's just taking advantage of these three color deck that had a bit of trouble getting its mana all put together and playing things out in a coherent order. And that's sort of the advantage of playing two colors in early weeks. Like this is how I get wins in early weeks usually. Yeah, is by playing these two color decks, even if the card quality is a little lower. But in York's case, like the only card that I saw that I would say is like way below average is the Spring Splasher, and even then it enabled attacks, so it was completely fine.
Oh, I forgot story. Okay. Okay, I forgot story triggers on
Yeah, he wasn't committing many crimes this game.
Now, interestingly enough, he does have a steer clear in hand. So if York goes to, so he has derailment, right?
The Steer Clear is uncastable at this time though, due to mana colors.
Well, he just drew a planes for turn.
Okay. Yeah, I like how the Duelist of the Mind is not an outlaw. He's like an advisor, I believe. He just advises
Oh, is
people on how to do crime, but he will
uh,
never be implicated himself, right?
no.
He's just like, here's how you do it. I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how to get away with it, and I'll get smarter. All right, so I mean, just attack with the 5/3. Just simple as that. He's thinking about casting a spell here.
And that's what I was saying. Most people probably would, right? I think you just swing here. Like this game's pretty much locked up. But
But the
this,
steer clear only deals two damage though, so
that is
not
correct.
good
I always
enough.
think it's four, but
No,
it's only four if you have a mount, right?
I think I basically only end up running it in white green or some other white deck where I have like four or five mounts. Because in this format, one mana deal two damage to attacker blocker is not good. One mana deal four is quite good because
Yeah.
it lets you
I mean, that would be
it lets you kill
crazy.
like four drops for one mana, you know. But
Well, we're gonna see
without
York lock
any,
it
well,
in.
no blocks here. Can't block the flyer. That's lethal on its own. And I guess some people are going to be making some money kind of like earlier.
This is a
So
nice.
very impressive for a week one deck. Honestly, like I said, looked like a week three deck or something. Very well done by York. Congratulations to him, and we'll be back a little bit later with our final match of the evening.